Group will play very fast tempo. Arteezy's TB is going to have to be split pushing, cutting waves, being really annoying. But from both teams, and neither team comes out with a draft win, I feel.
Yeah. Whereas EG's lineup, as we already said, will be much more. So they can assert on the map like 20-25 minutes into the game is gonna be very
you've got relocate. You're gonna have kill opportunities wherever you like. Arteezy can't split push into relocate that easily.
Well, you've heard where the strengths are for both of these squads. It's time to see who can execute. Only one of them making it to the grand final. Let's get this series started.
Thank you so much, Rich. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a treat for you today. It's Evil Geniuses versus Secret. Two teams. I don't know if there's more history here than any other two teams in this freaking tournament as far as players swapping back and forth. But today they're against each other. And Fogged, how you Monkey King versus Dragon Knight again?
Yeah, you know, people are going to flame me. No, yesterday I did say 50-50. I actually was asking a lot of these times it would even out. Monkey King in the first few lanes, he would kind of crush. But asking a bunch of people, there's actually a lot of different opinions. So I heard 60-40 in some situations. I heard depending on if you start with an Orb of Venom, you can really crush the DK. But the biggest thing was that you get so many extra denies on the Monkey King just from that damage. So it is like a 40 matchup. But versus Monkey King, because yeah, you just group up with your team and you want to push. So that's going to be the idea that Secret wants, and especially when they're playing versus Disruptor. We talk a lot about when you're playing with Disruptor, you don't really like getting ran at too much, and I do believe that is what the strategy that Secret's going to try to do. Group up with their ultis. They've got DK ult, they've got Brew ulti. They're just going to start running at these towers and putting the pressure onto EG so they can't just farm, and I think that's where the Monkey King can also come into play, and he can try to fight and match that. So Sumail wants to play pretty active in this game to make space for Arteezy.
You're telling me it's going to be a brawl again. We had some wonderful matches yesterday. Forth in the mid lane, I think we remember seeing, like, it was actually Disruptor and Tusk again, but they were on opposite sides, and Tusk just kept coming back to the mid lane and snowballing in spite of the death. So it does look like already movement out across the map. Should be a trade-off of 2 runes apiece. 4 of Secret are actually grouped up in the jungle, anticipating somebody moving in for a ward mission or something. We'll see if they decide to go for a delayed smoke, maybe? No, they're just heading down bottom. Okay. Keep our eyes on it.
They didn't want to get some like smoke movement with Tag Team, right? Tag Team is still one of the most ridiculous abilities, level 1. So if you do get surrounded, can be quite a bit of a trouble. So we're gonna have some interesting tri-lane coming out. This is gonna be a fun tri-lane action, and also top should be fun as well. S4 is gonna get a good lane.
Oh my god.
He has been having great lanes at this tournament so far. It's been pretty tough for him, but now he's versus Zyne 1v1.
Puppey is here. They've already used the tag team, but Stormhammer is out. Used prematurely. Can they kill off Crit? Doesn't look like it's going to happen. The bounty rune going the way of Puppey, and now Arteezy chased down. Can they find the secondary kill here? Need to be able to find it. Arteezy very low. The stun connects, and first blood drawn by Nisha.
Arteezy not wanting to get a skill there, so they're pretty much playing with only 2 abilities, because Terrorblade wants to save if he wants to have the meta in the laning phase when they do make an aggressive play. If he uses there and then dies, the lane is an absolute disaster for EG, but yeah, Secret, they're about to claim what? 3 of the 4 bounty runes and first blood. So that means their tri-lane, who got the last hit? It was Nisha. Their tri-lane is going to be enabled quite a bit here because they can start off with sticks. All 3 of them, immediately when they get that kill, pick up a magic stick.
Big stuff. Uh-oh. Thunderstrike out, Puppey taking a lot of damage there as well. And this is going to be the brawling lane. I mean, you have your other 2 that are going on simultaneously with the Brewmaster versus the Centaur, and then, of course, the mid matchup of Monkey King. On here, Puppey pretty far forward. They needed a punch. Can't quite get it, and it looks like with the extra little regen coming in, Puppey will live.
Yeah, he hit sticks too.
You're not getting what
actually been having a great time against this Brewmaster.
This is a excellent lane for Centaur, because trading hits is, you know, a lot of times when Brew and you get your levels, Drunken Brawler starts doing a lot of damage, but every time you're hitting that Centaur, he's going to be able to get that Retaliate up and turn it on you quite heavily.
And not to mention the base damage improvement that you have on that Centaur with just so much strength early on. And we can see what you're talking about there. A little bit more denies going the way of Sumail as soon as he builds up those Jingu stacks.
Yeah, But mid one's doing a much better job than yesterday. Maybe definitely had a little bit of mistakes in the laning phase yesterday that it got to a point where Sumail was like 12 and 12 already at this point in comparison to like the 3-0 of the Dragon Knight. So a little bit better lane control coming out for mid one, but Sumail.
Meanwhile, up top yet again, the retaliate stacks, like you're saying, doesn't need many of them, but it gives a lot of bonus damage there to that Centaur. And all across the board right now, EG having a very nice time of it.
It's not just like the retaliate too, it's just Centaur overall. You have such a beautiful animation. You have one of the higher base damages in the game as well, 72 that he has right now at level 3 versus that Brew. So can easily get those last hits.
For sure. Sumail trading a couple hits there, the Boundless Strike healing back up again. And mid one just going to retreat to eat a tango and head to back into last hit. But yeah, bottom lane, a bit of a wash as we have C7 and 1 for both of the carries. So breaking somewhat even and has been somewhat slow since those initials kills.
Yeah. No matter, whenever EG has meta, they can make moves. Without meta, they have to play a little bit more defensively versus the side of this IO gyrocopter with Sven. The Sven also kind of turns the tide of the lane too, because just how powerful Warcry is versus tag team and Fly. He's looking to be pretty dead here with this chase coming out. They have the stun as well.
Able to get him a couple more punches, and that's going to be another kill. This one going the way of Puppy. So 2 kills in this bottom lane. The 3-minute mark. Still nothing to write home about. Doesn't feel absolutely terrible by any stretch of the imagination.
And Gyro's still getting some. TB's even. Just yeah, those other 2 lanes, the Monkey King pretty dominant now over the DK, and Centaur dominant over the Brew.
That range on Monkey King is just so ridiculous. Every time I see him punch from like 400 units away or whatever.
He can spam the mana. He was running low. So
the reflection slow down a little bit there, and that will stop Secret in their tracks. And Zai need to be careful. The retaliate trying to run away. He needs a couple misses there. S4. Ooh, almost got him.
This lane is really gonna snowball in favor of S4, and this is a great game for the Centaur. Not even just the Centaur in particular, just for his whole team to be able to use the Stampede and get on top of that IO, get on top of that gyrocopter and try to bring them down. So EG, yeah, having some nice success here, and they also have an invis now on crit. So he's looking to put some pressure onto the mid lane.
Now, we've sometimes seen this, like, first movers, particularly with the Tusk, have a really big advantage finding those kills when we have a rotation mid or something, particularly in these melee versus melee matchups. But Crit, not feeling like he can make anything happen, is going to head back towards bottom and maybe try and set up, see if Secret is pushed out of position.
They have to try to get on top of either, it's like there's 2 things. Either you kill the IO immediately or you focus only the gyrocopter. So you can't give the IO the chance to actually overcharge and heal. If the IO doesn't take damage, that way is level 3. Always be sure to get that healing going.
And yeah, the Warcry. All of the stick as well. They've got 8 stick charges on Puppy.
That's what happens when you get those, just like that little first blood. So their tri-lane is quite successful on the side of Secret, but yeah, those other 2 lanes have quite a problem. As Sumail is near level 6, mid one is almost level 5 though.
Paired off there, 2 bounty runes apiece, still very even in this early going, just 5 minutes in.
Sumail is really just focusing. It's like harassing the Dragon Knight is something that people used to do a lot on the Monkey Kings. Now it's just you just pure out deny every single time with these Jingu stacks.
Did see that ward dropped, so that way Sumail can maybe try and dodge some more of these breathe fires. Don't believe that mid one was within vision, but he did get hit by the last one, was able to dodge one of the other ones when he was up on the high ground.
I think I've seen him dodge 2 or 3. I've been trying to take alliances in that mid lane quite a bit here.
In the meantime, Arteezy has headed back to the jungle. Level 3 Terrorblade, able to farm Ancients. So at least one good thing about this hero, and part of the reason why I'm sure they pick it.
That means one of your lanes is just... You look at EG, the Tusk can make moves with people, but Disruptor, low levels, making moves is a lot harder.
Yeah, definitely.
They can move together, though. The 2 of them can set up for kills.
And, you know, if you were able to get Fly a couple more levels, Disruptor's certainly the type of hero that an early level 6 can make all the difference in the world. And even just getting more points up in that glimpse. They're going to chase down Zai here. His level 5 is going to be slowed by the tag team, but the Drunken Brawler walkaway, Sumail, has that haste rune, which is why EG felt comfortable going for this. Does miss a couple hits there, but now after count to 4, Boundless Strike follow-up. S4 going to be there, and Sumail cleans it up.
Nice rotation coming in. We'll give mid one some space now. You see he's up to those 30 last hits, also level 2 too much on the Monkey King, because yeah, the threat of your tower being continued to siege by a Dragon Knight will begin.
Minute when the catapults have come out, it doesn't look like either side is going to be able to make something happen with that mid one level 6, but Disruptor rotated in, and that makes it harder to push. Yeah,
a lot of times you do see that like 5-minute rotation with the wagon for them to try to dive, get a kill, and go for the objective, especially with a hero like DK, but not the strategy that Secret wants to go for. They're just actually leaving YapzOr in the lane constantly with Nisha to split experience. He's actually not walking away at all. It's going to be just Puppy to waltz between lanes, put the wards down, and
sacrificial role there for sure. So things to watch out for in this one are going to be level 6 rotations potentially as well. You've got Stampede already on the line for S4, so could be a little bit deadly for EG if they want to make that play.
It definitely is a bit scary that it's going to be such a farm Centaur, because in this game we're looking a really early Crimson Guard could be quite powerful. Of course, versus Brewmaster, he can dispel it.
Flak and the missile going out, connects on the fly, but he is perfectly fine, and well, it does look like they're going to try and make this pressure happen, and they are going to do it with the wagon. So catapult hitting, and they're trying to take down this bottom tier 1 tower, possibly open up an angle into that side jungle where we've seen oftentimes Terrorblade just want to inhabit.
Yeah, you want to get any of these early tier 1s. We mentioned exactly what Secret wants to do in this game, right? They want to get these early tier 1s, and then they just want to run at EG. Don't let Terrorblade just sit back jungling. Don't let Disruptor play the game that he wants to, where you're the ones getting picked off constantly with the glimpse. You're the team with a Wisp who's going to have pretty early level 6, so you can set up for relocates. You can have the number advantage in a lot of these situations.
Sumail gets hit by it, and now gonna move in as well with the Brewmaster and trying to find that kill on the Monkey King. Sumail throws out the Wukong's command, the extra armor. It's not going to be up. No, he goes for the lift up. And now can they find this turnaround kill? S4 not able to interrupt this one. Crit trying to run. They still have a lot of heroes in the area. Another lift up onto the second lift bomb. And now Crit's caught, and when he comes back down, he could potentially be surrounded. Now Secret looking like they just want to keep their eyes on the prize and try and do as much damage to this tower as they can.
They want nothing to do with S4. He has 1775 HP with that double bracer and 1. So just ignore him from in the air. They get the surround. That's a very good rotation coming in there from Zai. First brew split, very successful. Didn't fully get the tower, but forced a lot of rotations.
Killing off Sumail for sure. It's a recipe for success.
Yeah, just enable mid one a bit there, right? So Sumail was well over 1,300 net worth over the Dragon Knight after that laning phase and successful haste rune. Not only 1,000.
Not so bad for them for sure.
Yeah. And mid one gets enabled a lot off of it, because now he's got options. He's got 1,500 gold. He has the phase boots queued up, but seeing if he can go for a bigger item first. Be it that armlet or just that hunting item, the Shadow Blade or Blink Dagger. We'll see which one it is the choice for him.
Meanwhile, does look like there is going to be Nisha and YapzOr moving into the jungle to see if they can possibly steal away some stacks or just secure those bounty runes.
Fill up the Wisp bottle.
Yeah.
Who already has double bracer as well, YapzOr. So 1,000 HP on the IO early on.
Just like that, Secret going to pick up 3 bounty runes. Oh. Stun goes out. Sumail gonna have to back away. He did pick up that regen rune.
Yeah. So EG's trying to slow it down a little bit here. Everyone just kind of the cores are going to jungle for the most part, and they're going to try to give these supports the lane. They're giving Fly it for a bit so we can get higher levels in the Glimpse, because it's only level 3 on the Disruptor, and you saw Tusk. Crit was only level 3 a moment ago as well. They give him top lane now to boost him forward.
One of the downsides of having those tri-lanes and having to keep it for so long as well. But those cores kind of uneven farm. The big difference is going to be just that gyrocopter out ahead of the Terrorblade. Almost 2,000 gold, actually.
Yeah, and the Midas, mid one changed his mind. Yeah, he had phase boots queued up. He queued up the armlet for a quick second, and then he just went, yeah, straight Midas. He wants to be able to farm, take it to, doesn't care if it goes late game. If he itemizes, as this DK, we were mentioning it yesterday too when Maybe was playing it, if these DKs itemize, they can actually scale incredibly hard into the late game.
It does feel really like the mid one is just playing this game incredibly different from how we saw it yesterday with Maybe playing it. He's not falling behind in the laning stage. He's solving the problem that Dragon Knight falling behind. So yeah, cool stuff. And faster than the fastest. Gets it done very quickly. I mean, is that going to be at all a concern for any of these other heroes? A lack of scalability? Do you see any of the G cores really falling off at all?
No, the core should be farming just fine. I mean, Sumail's going the standard build. It's like Echo Saber. He might go the Diffusal afterwards anyway. That's the one that we've been seeing a lot of the times. Terrorblade, we've seen Terrorblade a lot.
Of course.
We know what this hero does late game. So now I mean, EG's still able to scale quite hard too. It's just they want to be able to match.
Okay.
And the difference maker is really just like that damage mitigation can really come into play. It's like if Centaur gets Aghanim's at some point, lots of damage mitigation, but then you look at the side of Secret, they've got a Warcry that can also, and they've got heroes that can build up for that too. And they've got a Dragon Knight who is just damage mitigation in general as a hero.
And then all the stuff that IO brings to the table, it's all just going to be a problem. So a lot is like Arcane Rune and popping the Dragon form from mid one.
It is a lot of damage reduction that can't come out from Secret. Actually, was like forgetting about Overcharge for a second.
Same.
Yeah, because then they can go for the auras on the Brew, and then they can have the other auras on Yapsor. Yeah. While on the other side, it's really only the Centaur who can be that aura carrier for EG. Tusk can go for somebody, doesn't want it at the bottom.
Seen this before. Relocate coming in. They do have Stampede to try and run away afterwards, and Fly potentially in position to throw out a glimpse, but it's not going to be enough. Static Storm actually, but he doesn't catch any of them. They glimpse him back in, but he's not caught in the kinetic field. Although Sumail throwing at that Wolf Toast Man. Look at all the heals coming, and they're able to keep alive Nisha. And now S4 also in trouble. They're going to roll forward, find themselves this pick-off here. It is going to be Nisha down. Came at the cost of Sumail. Can Secret find any more? Fly already dead. S4 headed off and was able to TP away, it looks like, as they try and chase down and kill off this one last pesky Tusk.
The tower is so low.
God, he's thinking about going in for the last hit. No, he can't do that one. Does have a snowball over to the creeps, maybe? He can get within range. No, they fully control him.
And now they'll get the tower denied too. Outnumbered in all these fights because you're playing with a Terrorblade. So Sumail, he's trying to match the movements, he's trying to play aggressive, as we said that he would like to do as this Monkey King, but has to be really careful because sure, you've got your Wukong command, you've got 12 bonus armor, but what do we know about Gyrocopter? You're not really physical damage in the early game. You are all magical. So they can go right through a lot of that Wukong's. They also have Warcry, and like I said, the Overcharge too. It's just all these different damage mitigations.
Yeah. Well, we're keeping our eyes on this Terrorblade's movement around the map here, mainly staying down bottom and now having to retreat back to the jungle. It is going to be something to watch for later and maybe an answer to that IO Gyro. If he can keep the lanes pushed out with his illusions, doesn't present himself as a target, then all of a sudden maybe you can mitigate some of those relocate ganks. But likewise, if Secret are able to get down some deep vision, find him in the jungle, and then set up with a smoke, could spell disaster.
It's just how well, it's pretty much how well can EG do 4 versus 5 until Arteezy comes online. That's going to be the name of the game for them for quite a while. Disruptor is the one little bit of an X factor too that you could say, because he can glimpse while the fight, right? If they do set up a relocate, then they can kind of change the numbers with that. And if they can set up good static storms too on that relocate, it can change a lot. So we're going to be watching Fly a lot, who's been, I mean, playing great. Sure, yesterday he had like that 18 deaths, but he had so much impact in the game even when he had that many.
Take this tower. Again, the strength of Fly being able to glimpse people away. Although with the homing missile on him, they are going to need to retreat for the moment. And also S4 is very low.
Yeah, he's not high enough for them to take a good fight. He does have the blink though, so maybe if you see somebody like completely separated alone, could look to burst them with something else. And
Yapsor, greedy. Jump forward, who's still barely off the mark there. And
they want to look to try to catch something here, but their catch isn't the best just yet without the Brew or without the DK with the Blink, which is the item choice that mid one has queued up for now.
With that, Secret just going to farm out on jungle. Again, space created. Still a 2,000 gold lead right now for Secret.
Yep. Experience is about even. I mean, it's EG favored for a little bit. Because of that, of course, successful laning phase that happened for the Centaur and TB just jungling. So TB is level 11, Gyroing level 10 because he's having to stick with this team. Nisha is going for an early BKB. So yeah, BKB timing with a Blink Dagger on both of their other cores. That's going to be like just straight go time for Secret to just take the last 3 tier 2s and just assert map dominance.
Get there by the stun. They have the DD onto S4. Now just a walk away, Secret. Need to be careful about overextending. But yeah, this is a little bit interesting again, like going for that BKB on the Gyrocopter. Obviously you want it to be able to stay alive, but it feels like this Midas insurance policy kind of is there to make sure that they can get to the late game, but the BKB is going for the early game.
They want to set the tempo, right? That's what Secret wants to do in comparison. EG, they want to just chill back and farm.
And pushing for this tier 2, and ooh. This little blink away there does mean that this is likely going to be a denied tower. So 2 towers denied.
The only 2 they've gotten have been denied.
Could be part of that net worth lead as well. Secret, they've been able to take all of the outer tier 1 towers.
Yeah.
Gotten the gold for each of them.
And they are getting close to those items we were talking about. Blink on DK, Blink on Brew, and BKB Gyro. When they've got all 3, they're going to be looking to just take the fights and look to pressure the lanes. Look to pressure those towers. Arteezy is also going for an early BKB, so he wants to be able to try to match them. He doesn't want to lose. They don't want to lose pretty much every single fight in the next few moments and just get completely run over. They have to try to be able to match the aggression that's going to be coming out from Secret in the next few moments.
See if Sumail decides to do the same thing. Right now he has the Diffusal Blade queued up, but depending upon how the next couple of fights go, he might change his mind about that as well.
Yeah, he's holding the gold, so we would say.
Well, up here, the other thing to keep in mind is these levels. Obviously, we've seen so many times the Io-Gyro combination having that Aghanim Scepter granted over to the Gyrocopter just at level 10, but now YapzOr has that XP gain talent and can also completely change the entire dynamic of the game once you get that online.
Yep. Same thing with them. I mean, even Mech. Like Mech is a big thing that changes the game with Io, just because the double pump, you know, you double heal somebody.
Oh my god. But Arteezy completely out of position here and is going to be chased. The Stampede trying to run. There's the lift up already. They're going to have the Dispel Magic afterwards. Can they chase him down and kill him off? On the other side, S4 is taking down the tier 3 tower actually, so maybe a little bit of space created, but they aren't going to. Still a lot of damage done, but they find the kill onto the Terrorblade.
Yep. Brew, one of the better heroes that we've seen a lot of time versus TB. Not only because you can dispel all those illusions, but I mean, that time, of course, he sundered right at the start, but in a lot of situations, you're just surrounded by these primal Brewlings, and you're like, oh god, I don't have a target to sunder.
Oh, jump forward underneath some vision. There's the breathe fire onto absolutely everybody. The Boundless Strike S4 not able to get his stomp off, and now the Snowball just need to run the heck away from here. In trouble, all of EG being chased through by Secret, and it looks like they're going to lose absolutely everybody.
This is that window we were talking about, right? I think Black had mentioned it on the panel too. It's like that 15 to 25, 50 to 30 minute mark where Secret has a huge power spike. They're using it. They've got all these blinks. Even though they didn't have Primal Split, they know how strong they are in comparison. If you're running at a lineup with Disruptor, he's not getting good chances to get his spells off. And Secret, with no hesitation, an immediate smoke into the pit, because they've got Black. You can go Roche.
And immediately they are in there. I mean, the other thing to keep in mind, when that death happens, Sumail bought out his items, so he's committed to this Diffusal Blade now. Could become an issue depending upon how the next couple of fights go as well, but definitely make some extra space there with the Centaur, Stampede type of things, but Roche, very low.
There's just so much magic damage that really comes from, magic damage and control that comes from the Secret side that it really could be a huge problem that Sumail doesn't go for an early BKB. Just clap every little thing, like clap, breathe fire, Io Spirit, spend, Gyrocopter.
Oh my god, mid-launch, jumps forward, finds that stun, and Disruptor needs to run, but Zai is there, and they find the crit for the kill.
7k gold advantage. 10,000 experience. That experience is probably the bigger one. You see the bottom too. You see the amount of kills. Like, you can see Secret. They're just trying to force it. They really want to force these kills. It's 13 to 3. EG is playing a much more passive game.
Danger time. Danger time. Crit. He's surrounded here. Has the Snowball. Trying to get over to the creeps. The Shards. Doing whatever he possibly can. And the Stampede comes out, still trying to run. He does have a TP back behind the tower. Able to juke out. Crit, he found the tree! Oh, yes.
Very nice. Have to use the Stampede to save him, but alright. Space.
Space created. And that is really important. I mean, you know, obviously the death won't even be the biggest issue there. It's just buying more time for that Terrorblade to get his BKB online, which he does now have. 10 seconds ready to go.
How much of a difference can it make, though? Because of that last fight, Secret got so catapulted forward that they're picking up so many different items. I see a full Sage coming out for the Dragon, I believe, almost a full mech, a drum as well. They've got so many items coming out onto Secret that that BKB might not actually be enough for EG to take any fights versus this lineup, this heavy powerhouse of a mid-game lineup.
Mech coming out right now. They've got the Maelstrom as well, so more magic damage. More ways to keep this pressure on, try and clear through those illusions.
Yep.
It's feeling very, very hard right now. for Team Evil Geniuses. A 9,000 net worth lead at 21 minutes.
Yeah, and they just have trouble with their team fight too. Okay, mid one will get glimpsed away as he TPs to Sean, but it's not that far. He actually was relatively close.
Do some shenanigans there, but nothing happened.
But yeah, the team fights on EG are just so much harder versus what Secret has right now because of the timing windows they got.
22 minutes, backing away again. Just trying to pull Secret around this map whenever possible, but the danger that comes with this is, of course, having that relocate.
Yep.
If you can find somebody on the other side of the map, and Io, very, very close now to that level 15 talent. This is an incredibly strong timing coming out from Team Secret.
I mean, they've got like everything. They've got key items on their cores. They've got the BKBs and the blinks. Then they even have core items on their supports. They have the Mac, like I was mentioning, and the drum even on the Sven. Drum is an item that's pretty crazy. Whenever you use the active ability of it for those 6 seconds, it's a lot of attack speed that actually is given to your team and movement speed. So Warcry plus drum plus an Io who's tethered to gyrocopter, they're going to be going max movement speed running at you, even if you have Stampede.
And then the cherry on top of all of this is the Aegis on the gyrocopter.
Yeah.
Well, the Fusel Blade is done for this Monkey King. They just now get that tethered Grant Agnum Scepter. And Nisha gonna start to do that double damage onto the tower.
Yep, pretty much.
Stampede looking towards that mid lane, wanting to find the jump. They've already got one as Brewmaster controls the mid one, trying to interrupt that. Able to find the disruptor right when they get another and they're gonna be able to take him down though. S4 done and dusted.
Oh my god, Zai's build, he had a Vanguard and a Vlad's, and now he's got even a Crimson Guard coming out, and then the Warcry comes in toward the end. They don't have the damage to kill this Brew, they threw everything on him.
This is problematic indeed. 3 heroes dead, Centaur gone for 30 seconds, and using that Stampede, they're now going to be pushing onto high ground, and how in the hell do you deal with this?
You're not ready. Like, you're terribly at BKB, but like I said, the BKB is not enough to deal with power that Secret has in this mid-game push. That's just the Rax.
Tier 3 tower down, Secret standing tall. And all you can really do right now is jungle if you're a Terrorblade.
So EG had, they got successful lane with the Centaur and the Monkey King, but it's really about, it's about that whole game. What happens when you group them together? That's what the DK really, it's where that matchup goes back and forth. Lane, Monkey King owns, but DK groups up with his team and he's able to actually put so much pressure on the map. And the item choice too, it's like the Midas, it kind of works, but it's like the Blink Dagger is the more important one because he can just start the fights for his team. It's looking pretty impossible now for EG. They're going to need an absolute miracle somehow from Marquise, but he doesn't have the greatest matchups. I mean, there's a Brewmaster that deals with him. There's damage reduction that comes from the Dragon Knight. There's just so many different things that Secret does have to deal with the EG draft.
And you just look at like how farmed right now this Nisha gyrocopter is. Finished off the Sanjin Yasha, Maelstrom, BKB, then basically a 4,200 net worth item on top of that as well.
In theory, he's at 1 item ahead, but he's kind of 2 items ahead because of that IO that really enables him so much more. So EG, man, their next timing window is going to be really tough. I guess it's the BKB for the Monkey King and the Butterfly and the Terrorblade, but even then, it still feels incredibly difficult. Miraculous Monkey King ulti that catches kind of everybody in there, but Secret already has itemization to deal with the physical damage too. They've got a Crimson Guard and a Warcry that comes out from Sven, and a full Guardian Greaves on Io.
Yeah, it's insane. This is absolutely ridiculous right now.
Yeah, it's so hard for EG. I mean, Crit has been one of the most dominant players for EG throughout this tournament. In this game, he's been very quiet. 0-4-2. He couldn't have the lane pressure that he would have wanted to have as a Tusk because of how disastrous that bottom lane happened. And Tusk is a hero that he really capitalizes on laning phase. Mid-game and team fights, he's not the strongest.
And EG realizing that it is so difficult to try and take this fight. They're cutting creep waves, but at some point, you do need to come back and try and defend this tower. Maybe a big hoof stomp from S4, but they're in position already. Crit to get hit by the missile. They jump forward. BKB reactions. S4 needs to back out now. They have their own Crimson Guard. The call down comes. It's on the sail, the slowdown. It's also keeping those buildings alive. And now the Glimpse back. Maybe an opportunity. That's onto the gyrocopter. They're trying to do it out with the Wukong's command. It's on to absolutely everybody. The snow as well, trying to kill him off in time. He will fall. That's easy. He wants to get that Sunder off. He's going to be able to find it. Finds Puppey. They hold. And is it going to be enough here?
They gotta kill Zai too. He's dead. That's 3. EG. Nisha, even though he popped that BKB with the Centaur stun, it may have been a bit preemptive as the glimpse from Fly really pulls him out of position there, and EG gets some breathing room.
That's one of those moments, too, where it feels like you haven't played against this hero in a long time, and you can forget just how devastating that glimpse can be, pulling you out of position, particularly when you have all of this other follow-up, getting the Wukongs down as the glimpse is going in.
And it's a perfect Wukongs, right? In that position on the high ground, everybody's caught in it. Even the Brewmaster split is getting hit by those Wukongs. You see the YapzOr actually comes in, gets great Guardian Greave, and almost looks like he's going to turn the fight for a second, but EG was such
can't happen if you're EG. S4 going down here as they find the Stormhammer and a couple more punches. The Hook Stomp trying to run. Is he going to be able to get out of there? No. YapzOr finishes it off the kill.
The DDIO. Those right clicks actually kind of coming into play. Level 17 on the IO. Gyrocopter only level 16, by the way. YapzOr leveling his carry. That XP talent. He also, of course, ate a tome. So that does push him forward a little bit.
God, look at that net worth for the IO. He's so far ahead of average.
So farmed.
That's just a casual YapzOr game.
He's 3-0 and 8. It doesn't seem like he's gotten too many kills, but he's been paired up just right next to Nisha the whole time.
He's now because of that XP talent. One other thing that can praise here for Evil Genius is recognizing when they could actually fight. They let that entire bottom racks go because they knew they couldn't take the engagement, but then had to come and defend for the second set.
That was before Sumail having BKB too. It's just such a good glimpse that pulls Secret into a bad spot. So Secret, they got to be aware of that now, of course. And they're still in a good spot though. I mean, that's a little bit of a hiccup, but it's not like it gives EG any huge objective. It's not like they get that into a Roche, they get that into some big towers. It was on their side of the map, so they can't transition into anything big. It's just some space that they can get to farm, but you'll still see Secret catch back up and get the farm ahead even more. So you see a little dip, and then it starts increasing again for Secret on both that net worth and experience.
Yeah, you can't even really gain like any type of map control.
So I'm gonna go for Courier.
Oh, he needs to be careful. He's within vision right now. But yeah, they will be able to find that Courier kill.
That's his BKB. Looks like Secret's really waiting for that next rush, but it is a very long timer. Still 2 minutes after quite a bit of the timer goes down.
Oh, run away, run away. Do they find the tree? Jumping again, Mr. Monkey Man, making mischief. Sumail creating some space for his team.
They need all the space in the world.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it doesn't solve the inherent problems that exist in this draft right now, where they have a lot of answers for the Terrorblade, with the Dispel, being able to clear through those illusions, all the magic damage in the world. But these BKBs do provide a little bit more cover.
They look like they're just going to run in. If they have the mid-wave pushing in already.
Could be really nice. Mid 1, level 3 ulti. Smoke up coming from EG.
Same thing for Zai. He's level 3 primal split too, online.
They want to come and take this fight yet again. We'll see if S4 can bait out something, and they're going to need to find another big glimpse here. The stomp already up the get-go, but there is no follow-up as of yet. There's going to be the stun to try and turn it. Sumail pops the BKB. Wukong's hitting onto about 3. Can they kill him off in the duration of this? He has the bonus armor, which makes him tanky as well as that life steal. And then TZ walk into the middle of all of them. They go for the mischief, trying to live, but they can't live through it. And now the static storm, it's down onto 3. Not bad either, but the IO is keeping alive Nisha so strong in mid 1. Turned upon by this Terrorblade. He gets the stun up. In some trouble. No more Thunder. And that's a dead RTZ. Terrorblade has to buy back immediately, but everybody from Secret is still alive. They are going to run out of their glimpse. A big hook stomp, but where's the follow-up? It does not exist. Nobody's here to help you, S4.
There's no creeps in the base at least, so that Rax is going to have backdoor protection. They pop the glyph as well. But you see this time, Nisha understands. I think they discussed it too. You can't pop the BKB for that. You have to save the BKB for the Disruptor ult and just be able to stand toe-to-toe with the Monkey King and the Terrorblade, and he's able to this time.
Yeah, it's kind of a bait in a weird way, right? Yeah. Because you just don't have that immediate follow-up from this side of Evil Geniuses. They sort of have to get set up. The Terrorblade illusions moving in, being propagated, the, you know, Wukong's command being laid down.
I mean, they got it all like perfectly. Just they're too farmed. I mean, it's a 28, 30 armor gyrocopter, Dragon Knight with a halberd too. So they're just so durable in the front lines. And that's exactly what's going on. They even got Warfare. We talked about damage mitigation, and that's exactly what's been happening from Secret. They can just soak all of the spells of EG.
23-6.
Yeah.
Feeling like a bit of a stomp here in these later stages of this game at number 1. There's been moments where just that one glimpse pretty much that's been the good thing going on for Evil Geniuses over the past 10 minutes.
And Sumail getting a courier, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It's pretty much just the glimpse that happened, yeah. And Secret recognized that they made that mistake. You know, BK being before having any like glimpse come out. They don't have to worry about EG. Like they don't have to worry about Nisha getting stunned by a Centaur. That's fine. He has so much sustain coming out from his team. Now with Cheese on top of YapzOr too.
They have Stormhammer Dispels on the Sven.
And I mean, YapzOr is even starting to queue up some fun items for himself, of course. A Maelstrom queued up for the IO. Why not?
Dear God. So mid one, the slow siege of this barracks, and still trying to buy time. It's 32 minutes in, but it is feeling like an impossibility right now. The Crimson Guard is popped. This tower just tickling mid one.
Guys, 4-0 and 14 on the Dragon Knight.
They have to TP back the Terrorblade, but already the lift up comes. They have the split chasing forward, trying to find themselves this kill onto the Gyrocopter, and my God, Crit just eviscerated there in the midst of it. Sumail already down to half HP. He's trying to get the lifesteal to keep himself alive, but he is doing nothing at all to anybody from Secret. They're losing absolutely all of them. RTZ jumps forward. The Thunder, that's the most damage that's been dealt in a very long time on the side of Evil Geniuses, but it's still not looking like it's gonna be enough. They chase forward and GG is called. He just wants YapzOr. It ain't happening.
Far too much sustain, far too much tank. They're still all 5 alive.